Okay, let's go into our quick practice. So as I say, what you can see here, the lungs supply oxygen to the blood. It's like a gift of life. Yes, thank you, John Jay. Okay, and then the last open-ended question before we move on to the multiple choice questions. David placed some pieces of food mixed with some water into a plastic bag. Then he sealed the bag. Think of your Ziploc bags. Then he used his hands to move to massage and mix the food around. So he continued massaging the food or the bag until he obtained a mixture like that, just like that. What do you think? Which part of the digestive system do you think this is? Okay, Isaac says stomach, Gwen says stomach, Gabriel says stomach. All of you say, anyone disagree? Does anyone disagree? Okay, I think it's mouth, Zelfi, mouth. Okay, well, it depends on. Okay, I'll think when I look at this mixture here, I will think of watery. I will think of porridge-like substance. Okay, so I will relate this to the stomach, more the stomach than the mouth, unless you keep the food in your mouth for a long time. But most of us chew, and then we swallow within several seconds, right? Okay, cannot be small intestine yet. Small intestine, you will not see this kind of partially digested food. So partially broken down. So whatever moves that is moved from the stomach to the small intestine has to be finer. Okay, broken down more. Okay, describes what happens to the food in the stomach, because you have already identified this to be the stomach. So describe. First of all, you must talk about digestive juices are added to the food. So as I said, short, simple sentences to describe the entire process. Then the muscles around the stomach move and mix the food, and then it becomes watery-like or porridge-like or watery. So this is the appearance of the food that I was. Okay, I'm not very good at drawing circles and all that. Becomes porridge-like and watery, or watery. Okay. Okay, let's move on to our easier section now. Multiple choice questions on today's. Okay, the question is open while I just go through the explanation. When I look at small intestine, I will have to cross out partially. All right. So small intestine is completely digested. Digested juice must be added in your mouth, in the stomach, and in the small intestine also. Okay, so these are correct. B and C. Food is digested in the small intestine. Yes, okay. Now large intestine. This is not where food has already been digested. Okay, so what enters the large intestine will be undigested food. Okay, water is absorbed, which is correct. And at the large intestine, there is no digestion taking place because no digestive juices are added. Okay, digested food is not absorbed. Only water and some minerals. So the correct answers are B and C. So I have more pupils getting the correct answers now. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. The hand moves in this direction. Look at the arrow. And which one describes correctly what the muscles at part G and part H do, or what takes place at the muscles around part G and part H. When you talk about expand and contract, this is in relation to heat energy, right? So for muscles, we don't talk about expansion and contraction. We talk about relaxing and contract. Contract is the same, but in place of expand, we use the word relax. So when I heave a sigh of relief, I'm relaxing, right? So that is a relax. It's not an expanding mode. I am relaxing in that sense. Okay, so um, you will have to eliminate answers that include the word expansion. So you have to limit your answers to B or C. All right, so if the hands were to move downwards, part H must, this part, the outer part of your hand must be pulling. This pulling action will move your hand downwards like that, okay? So it must, part H has to contract. And then part G cannot contract at the same time, because if this is contracting and G is also contracting, then your hand does not move. But anyway, your muscles don't work like that. They know when to relax, when to contract. Okay, so if part H is contracting, part G must relax so that the hand can move downwards. Okay, so the correct answer is B. For C is the other way around. C is when your hand wants to, you are moving your hand upwards like that. Okay, downwards it is B. Okay, question number 4. Muscles that form around the bones help in movements. Which of the following are examples of muscular and skeletal system working together in movement? Okay, this one you can more than one answer. Whoops. Okay, Gabriel, Isaac, Kaden, Zelfi, Tristan, Mitchell, John J, ZYX. Okay, I can only see your names as you type it. So if you call yourself ZYX, I can only call you ZYX. And Audrey. So if I didn't call your name, that means you will have to reconsider your answers. Okay, now Salty Ethan, Laurette, Joel have entered the fray. Colette too, Wei Hin, and Q. What does NQ stand for? Okay, Yu Tong, Ben, thank you for your answers. Jaden, you want to ask something?
Oh, is this the last question?
No, I think there are 7 questions in all. But if it's time and you need to go, then you can go. Okay, no worries about that. You can always watch a replay of the video. Okay. Okay, question number 5. Okay, I have reached 10 o'clock. So those of you who have other appointments or you need to go, you can leave the classroom. You can always watch a replay of the lesson. We have only 3 more questions to go. Okay. Okay, I'll share the answer very quickly. To produce energy, oxygen and digested food are needed, and carbon dioxide is removed. So the correct answer is A. All right. Which one of the following systems shows the movement of substances through the human body? Okay, this is a bit tricky. I think I should. Okay, analyze it properly because I have shifted the positions of the heart and lungs. Okay, I'll give you a major clue. Heart still has to be at the cross junction of where blood comes from the rest of the body and blood comes from the lungs. Okay, so if I look at how the heart must be at the cross junction, I can only pick this one and this one. Okay, because B shows the lungs at the cross junction, which is incorrect. And C is not a double loop system, it is a single loop system. So it's either A or D. And then I look at the arrows. Okay. For D, it appears that all the blood is flowing up from the heart and the heart does not receive any blood. So the arrows, the direction of arrows is incorrect. So the correct answer is A. Okay. Okay, moving on to the last question now. The circle part of the diagram shows movement of blood through the blood vessels around the digestive system. So what happens at the digestive system? Okay, how do oxygen, carbon dioxide, and digestate move at or around the digestive system? Okay, we must remember that at the digestive system, food is absorbed into the blood. So as you're answering, I'm also explaining. So for digested food, it must move from the cells to the blood. Okay, and then in relation to the movement of oxygen and carbon dioxide, you must remember that the intestines are also made up of cells which need to carry out respiration. Okay, so to carry out respiration, they must absorb oxygen and they must release carbon dioxide. So cells to blood for oxygen, no, sorry, the other way around. Blood to cells, and for carbon dioxide is the release from the cells to blood after respiration. So correct answer is C.